I feel like it's everybody's fault. Everybody who's involved, it's their fault. When he cheated on you the day before you gave birth, you should have dropped him then, sis. At the end of the day, family is always going to choose family. Don't think because they call you family, they say you can sit with us, that you're ever going to be a part of it, because you're just not. What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be recreating the iconic, it's iconic, girl, the iconic makeup look that Jordyn Woods had in the Red Table Talk interview with Jada Pinkett Smith. If you don't know what happened, Jordyn Woods basically did an interview telling her side of the story on Jada Pinkett Smith's Facebook Live show. You can only watch it on Facebook Live. It's not on like TV or anything like that. And so I'm not gonna lie, while I was watching the interview and, you know, catching up on my gossip, I could not veer my attention away from the fact that Jordyn's makeup was so flawless. Like, I actually couldn't. Like, it looked so good, and so many people have been recreating the makeup look, and I decided to recreate it myself. I'm aware that we are not the same complexion, so things are not going to look the same on me as they did on her. There's no need to comment on that. I think we've all established that, but I think I came really darn close. So if you guys want to see how I recreated it and hear my thoughts on the whole situation, then just keep on watching. If you like this video and you want to see more content from me like this, then don't forget to give it a big thumbs up so I know that you like it, and even if you didn't like it, you can thumbs it down if you want to, but I mean, like, why would you do that? Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already so you don't miss out on any more incredible, mind-blowing, earth-shattering content from me. So I think that's enough talking from me and my ratchet ponytail, and y'all can see how I recreated this look right now. Oh girl, this filming setup, this lighting situation that I have going on right now is so ratchet, but it's not as nearly as ratchet as this ponytail. I could do a quick little ponytail because I needed the ponytail. Jordyn Woods was wearing a ponytail when she did her video, and so I had to look as much like her as possible, so I just threw together this little ponytail, and I don't know where I'm going, looking like ghetto fabulous. So fun fact about me, I've never actually made a video at night before because I always like to film in natural lighting. I feel like the white lights and everything can make you look really washed out. So I never filmed at night before, but I actually like it because no one's bothering me, no one's coming into my room, there's no loud noises, it's just me. So I'm just pulling up the picture of Jordyn. So I was actually kind of iffy about making this video for the simple fact that this is kind of like a celebrity gossip topic, and I never wanted to make my channel like... Hey guys, so I'm having a little predicament. I was recording, and then the drive that I was recording on, I don't know what's wrong with this drive, I just bought it, but it can't record more than 2 or 3 minutes at a time. I got done filming my whole get ready with me, and it literally stopped recording before I could even finish my eyebrows. So I've been talking for the past 30 minutes, all for nothing, and for it to not record like that is just so disrespectful, so rude. I mean, but it's fine. I mean, I'm not upset. It's fine. So I'm gonna redo the whole thing. But I just decided to keep my lashes on because Jordyn Woods did have lash extensions in that video. So what I was saying earlier when my camera cut off was that I didn't want to make this type of video because I felt like at first that it was like a celebrity gossip topic, and I didn't want, like, if I did like gain views or gain subscribers from doing that, I didn't want people to think that that's what I do. Like, I sit here and talk crap about famous people. This is definitely not a bashing video. I'm not making this video to bash anybody. I'm just putting my own opinion in the situation because everyone has an opinion. So yeah, but upon further reflection, I feel like I never really do sit down and talk videos or like chit chat get ready with me's, and y'all don't know my personality because of that. Like, I normally do how-to videos which are like quick and to the point, but I feel like the bad side of doing that is y'all don't really know me and y'all don't know my personality, and maybe I'm not gaining as much subscribers or people aren't relating to me as much. So first of all, if you've been living under a rock and you don't know what's going on, really quickly, I'm going to be using my CoverGirl Vitalist Elixir foundation in the shade Soft Sable because she was very matte. Like, she looked like herself, but she looked like a very perfect version of herself. Does that make sense? So if you've been living under a rock and you don't know what happened, basically Jordyn Woods did an interview on Red Table Talk Facebook Live show, and she basically told her side of the story on what happened with Tristan and everything like that. And so here's my opinion. First of all, Jason Lee is messy as hell for being the one to put that story out. He wasn't even there. His people were there. And it's like, if your journalists are telling you a story, yes, you should give them the benefit of the doubt, but at the same time, how do you know that they didn't just make all that crap up so that, you know, to impress you, or make all that crap up so they can get a story? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're supposed to say allegedly when you're reporting stories like this, and he did it. He basically made it seem like that was the truth, and I feel like that's so fake. And I even saw that Jeffree Star waiting on the situation, talking about, oh, Jordan and Tristan have been doing this for months, and like, nobody was talking to you. Nobody was talking to you. Stay in your house. Like, you expect me to believe your neighbors with the Kardashians, and y'all, you know, as you're going out there taking your trash, you just see them talking to what's his face, Tristan? Like, boy, sit down somewhere. That is none of your business. You just wanted to be relevant for 10 seconds. But anyways, first, I want to say that I've been following Jordyn Woods for a really, really long time. She's a really nice body confidence, curvy model. I think she's really pretty. I've never seen, before this, actually, I've never seen her name attached to anything bad. Like, she just strikes me as the type of person who minds her business and genuinely is just there to work and get things done. Like, she doesn't seem like the kind to ever do anything for attention or publicity, because it's like so many people, I don't want to say so many people, but I feel like a lot of people, they'll have a platform, and instead of drawing attention to things that actually matter, they'll draw attention to foolishness. But I feel like Jordyn Woods have never done that, so I support her, and I really do believe what she said in the interview about nothing really happening other than Tristan kissing her. First thing that I feel like we can all take away from this is to follow your gut. Like, follow your gut feeling. And I recently had an experience where I recently realized that I'm a good judge of character, and I had a situation where somebody, I felt like somebody was throwing some strange vibes at me. Like, they were being rude to me or being shady towards me, but it wasn't like direct. And I had second thoughts about it. I second guessed myself, and I thought it was nothing. And at the end, I was the one who ended up looking dumb. I was the one who ended up not getting hurt, but I found myself in a situation that could have been avoided if I had just listened to that voice in my head that told me these people aren't your friends. These people aren't, you know, down for you like that. And, you know, in the interview, Jordyn was talking about how basically she was at his house till 7 a.m. because that's just what the culture is in LA, and she felt like she had to do that because the people she was around was doing it too and stuff like that. And I feel that, like, it's so easy for people to say, oh, you don't have to follow the crowd, you don't have to do what everybody else is doing until you're in that situation. You know what I'm saying? Ooh. Sorry, I was sitting kind of low there, you guys. I'm sorry. I feel that, and I feel like that's where so many, like, there's so many things that went wrong in this situation. Like, it wasn't just one thing. I feel like that was the first mistake, is Jordyn didn't follow her gut. Like, if your gut is telling you this man can't be trusted, or I should go home, or I don't need to be around these people. And she said that. She said in her interview that the people she thought would stand up for her and would have her back were nowhere to be found. And so that's the first thing I feel like can be learned from the situation. Definitely something that I found out in high school. I feel like Chloe as well should have followed her gut, because there's so many ways this couldn't be me. Like, it's actually ridiculous. Like, I could never, first of all, have a baby for someone I'm not married to. And I also feel like Chloe should have followed her gut and never should have been involved with Tristan in the first place, because he's already shown, not just to her, but to the general public multiple times, that he doesn't really care about anybody but himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, men like Tristan turn women against each other, and they turn even people who've been like sisters against each other. Like, he doesn't care about anybody but himself. Like, at the back of her mind, Chloe knew that, but I feel like she just decided to ignore it because, you know, she had a baby with this man, or maybe because she already moved to Cleveland for him, or whatever the case may be. But you can't be doing that, because I feel like you know what I'm saying? You know. So I also feel like you attract what you put out there. So, you know, maybe Tristan is not the best at relationships, but I feel like who you're with is I'm sorry, I keep saying I feel like, sorry. Whoever you're with is a direct representation of you, and if you're with someone who doesn't have respect for women and does these type of things, and you overlook them, because that's what she did, she overlooked it, then what does that say about you? You know what I'm saying? Like, I said, this is not a bashing video. I'm not bashing her, but I'm just, in general, like, what does that say about you? And the fact of the matter is that Tristan was with somebody, or had already gotten somebody pregnant when him and Chloe started dating. So there's this whole thing where people are talking about this is karma, she deserved it. I don't think anyone deserves to be cheated on, but like, go with your gut. Like, my gut would have told me, if this man can cheat on somebody who he's 8 months pregnant with, what makes you think he won't cheat on you? And look what ended up happening, you know? So that's the first thing I feel like you can learn. The second thing I feel like you can learn is that you don't want your name to be attached to somebody else's. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that's just, this is not just celebrities now. I'm talking about in general. Like, people are famous for all sorts of reasons. I'm talking social media influencers, Instagram, all of that. Ooh, my mouth keeps coming out of frame. I am so sorry, but I look so good. Okay, stop. With my ratchet ponytail. I think the biggest example of this is Chris Brown and Karrueche. I remember whenever Chris Brown started dating Karrueche, we were all so entranced by her. We were like, who is this woman? This, that, and the other. Like, she's with Chris Brown. She's so cool. And then when Chris Brown and Karrueche broke up, I feel like she kind of stopped being relevant for a couple of weeks, months, years, I don't know. And now she has her own show and she's an award-winning actress and stuff like that. But we don't know Karrueche for that. We know Karrueche for being Chris Brown's ex. And so I feel like that's a side effect of having your name be attached to somebody else, is that you can't ever really stand on your own. And no matter what you do, you can't get away from that because your name is attached to that person. And it's you see this with YouTubers all the time. There's certain people whose name you only know is because they used to date so-and-so, or because they had beef with so-and-so, or because they used to be best friends with so-and-so and now they're not cool no more. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you never want your name to be attached to somebody else, even if that's your best friend, even if that's your sister. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you can't avoid that. Like, you're gonna be around who you're gonna be around, and you can avoid that. But like, look at JORDYN. Like, let that be an example to y'all that it doesn't matter how great of a model she is now. For at least a couple of weeks or a couple of months, whenever people hear Jordyn Woods, this is what they're gonna think about, and it takes away from her talent. It takes away of what she wanted to do with her platform, not maybe the good things that she might have wanted to do for the world or charities or whatever. There was also some speculation of people saying that, you know, because she's a black woman, that's why people are being so harsh on her compared to a white woman. And I understand that black women are treated differently in the media. I understand that, but I don't really think that's true, because people are treating her differently. The reason people are being so harsh on her is because she was Kylie's best friend and because she was so close to the family. I don't really think it had anything to do with her skin color. You know, like, I feel like even if that had been Kylie's white friend, they would have still treated her the same way, if that makes sense. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that may be good and true, but you can't walk around with that burden on your head. You know what I'm saying? You can't walk around victimizing yourself before somebody victimizes you. You know, thinking that, oh, well, because I'm a black woman, I can't do this, and that because people are going to judge me. You can't sit in your house and cripple yourself and not go for the things you want and not make mistakes and not live your life because you're a black woman. I'm never going to use that as a crutch. Like, for example, let's just say with my YouTube channel, low power mode. We're on low power. Let's just say, for example, with my YouTube channel, if I don't find success with YouTube and if I don't find success with doing this, there is a chance that it's because of my complexion or it's because of my race or whatever, but I'm not gonna sit here and not make YouTube videos at all because there's a chance that people won't watch me because I'm black. That's like the mentality I have towards things like that. Like, all I have to say is that as I've gotten older, I've learned that situations are never just black and white. Yes, it seems from the outside that Jordyn was a homewrecker and Tristan was a cheater and Chloe was just a victim. But at the end of the day, like, things are never just that simple. You never know what happened in that situation. The only people who know what happened are Jordyn and Tristan. And they probably can't even remember that well because they were both drunk. I feel like it's everybody's fault. Everybody who's involved, it's their fault. I'm gonna really quickly apply these two colors in my crease. I'm applying this one and this one right here. I'm gonna use that on a fluffy brush because she had like a defined crease kind of. So, I feel like it's Chloe's fault because she put herself in a situation to be vulnerable. And I never want to be that person to blame the woman, but in this case, like, it was low-key her fault. Second of all, when he cheated on you the day before you gave birth, you should have dropped him then, sis. Like, this is not even about publicity. As much as we hate that there's a baby involved, this is not about her. This is about you. The only reason he cares about other people is when it's affecting his image. And I feel like, you know, like if that was me, if you cheat once, we're done. We're finished. I don't want to hear it. Like, I'm 9 months, almost 10 months pregnant with your baby, and you're cheating on me, and you think there's any chance for reconciliation? Like, no. I feel like it's Jordan's fault for being at the house in the first place, because you could have avoided this whole situation by staying your cute little self at home. And I feel like it's Tristan's fault, because obviously everything is Tristan's fault. So I don't think it's fair that people are putting this all on Jordan and blaming it all on Jordan, because it really just wasn't her. So for blush, I'm going to be applying this dark blush right here. I'm going to be mixing it in with my bronzer, because she didn't really look like she was wearing blush in the Red Table Talk. So I hope you guys like these kind of chit chat videos where I give my opinion on things. This is not as authentic because I have to film it a freaking second time because my thingy wasn't recording or just kept cutting off, and I just don't have time for that. I'm gonna put a little bit of blush on my nose because bad bitches put blush on their nose. I also feel that when you're dealing with a family like the Kardashians, like, you don't get that big and you don't get that famous by considering people's feelings. Like, there's been plenty of people who they've discarded, who they've thrown to the side and not cared about because it's not good for the family. Like, at the end of the day, family is always going to choose family. Don't think because they call you family, they say you can sit with us, that you're ever going to be a part of it, because you're just not. I'm going to apply a little bit more mascara. I already did this. I'm so pissed off. So Jordan had like a pink glossy lip in this video. It was so flawless. I loved it. So I'm going to be doing my best to recreate that look. I'm going to be using my NYX lip liner in the shade Nutmeg. I'm just going to line my lips. Oh, that's what I want to talk about. I also feel like the way Chloe handled it was extremely unprofessional. Talking about Jordan broke up her family and she's lying. Like, sis, were you there? Were you there? Okay then. Like, you had a chance to tell your truth. Tristan had a chance to tell his truth. This was Jordan's chance to tell her truth. And for you to come out of nowhere, you're lying, you weren't even there. Like, she's making herself look even more desperate. Tristan could tattoo on his forehead, "I don't want you anymore," and Chloe would still like not get it. I feel like she deserves better. I think all women deserve better than to be with someone who doesn't value them. If that was me, I would have sat my little self down in my house with my baby and kept quiet until the whole thing blew over. Girl, this ponytail is a hot ass mess. So I'm just gonna be applying my e.l.f. lipstick in the shade Blushing Brown to mostly the center of my lips. Lastly, I'm going to be applying my Rimmel London Stay Glossy lip gloss in the shade Bare Minimum. How things look. I think this is a very good recreation. Okay, you guys, so that's basically it for my chit chat get ready with me. I really hope that you guys enjoyed me making this video and you guys enjoyed watching it. And I hope you do, so I can make more chit chat get ready with me. I want to know in the comments down below if y'all are team Jordan, or you team Chloe, you team Tristan. I just want to know how messy y'all are and if y'all like what you guys' opinion on the situation is. And I hope you give this video a thumbs up so I know that you like this video and I know to make more like it. And subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because from now on I'm going to be posting at least once a week. On what day, you'll just have to see by turning on that post notification bell to see you guys back on this channel. I love you guys. Mwah. Bye.